Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to be looking at ways of managing cash. Cash is part of the current assets, together with marketable securities, accounts receivables, inventory, and prepayments. And we know that our working capital, our net working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. And our current liabilities are accruals and payables. We can have different classes of payables. Maybe we have creditors, accounts payables, notes payable, among others. So basically, cash is a current asset, and it needs to be managed very well to make sure that as an organization, we are liquid enough. We are in a position to manage our obligations as they fall due. So what are some of the reasons why an organization would be holding cash? We could be holding cash for transactional purposes. We need cash for the day-to-day transaction. We are paying salaries. Maybe as an organization, we are using petty cash. So we need money to make sure that we are liquid enough, we are able to meet our obligations as they fall due. Another reason why we could be holding cash could be for speculative purposes. We are speculating. Maybe we could get better interest rate on marketable securities. So when marketable securities go up, we're gonna invest on marketable securities. What are other reasons why we could be holding cash? We could be holding cash for precautionary issues. As an organization, we don't want to run into liquidity problems. So we are holding cash for contingencies. Maybe we are expecting to pay dividends in like 2 weeks' time. And to avoid running into cash flow issues, we are holding cash for that reason. So those are some of the reasons why we could be holding cash as an organization. And for cash management, the first point, the starting point of cash management is the cash flow forecast. As an organization, we need to know what are we expecting to receive in terms of cash in the future? What are we expecting to pay? What are we expecting to go out in terms of payments to make sure that we balance between our inflows and our outflows? If we have deficiency in cash, we don't want to run into cash flow problems. How are we going to finance the difference? So those are some of the things that we need to do as an organization. We start with forecasting our cash flow needs as an organization. We should know our inflows and our outflows at the same time. Then we look at them keenly to make sure we don't run into cash flow problems. We know we need to manage our cash very well, because cash is key. It's one of the determinants of the liquidity of the organization. So what are some of the ways we can use to manage cash? As an organization, we need to speed up the collections, the money that is coming in. Then at the same time, we need to slow down the payments to make sure we are liquid enough. So what are some of the ways we can use to speed up collections, to speed up the inflows? One of the ways we can use to speed up the inflows is the lockbox. What is a lockbox? This is like a mail where you customers, your debtors send checks. So we have like a centralized mailbox where all your checks are received. And the bank has access to the lockbox. They collect the mails from the lockbox, deposit the checks in your bank account. And this happens at a fee. So what we need to look into as an organization, we need to do a cost-benefit analysis to make sure that as an organization, we are benefiting more. The benefit is more to us as an organization than the costs, the cost that the bank is charging us, because the bank is doing this at a fee. So the fee should be less than the benefit we are getting as an organization. Another way we can speed up cash collection is centralized banking, where we have bank branches in regions to receive our payments. For example, customers send their checks to certain bank branches in a region. You have regions in different maybe counties, different, let's say, for example, different regions. So customers will send their checks into these banks. Then the bank will receive these checks and deposit them direct into your account. And this happens at a fee. The benefit needs to be more than the cost. Another way of speeding up the cash collection is the EFT, the electronic fund transfer, where the customers send the money direct into your bank account. They wire the funds. And we know these funds will clear within a very short time. So as an organization, you have funds in your account for your daily transaction. So that way you're able to increase your liquidity. You don't run into liquidity issues as an organization. So basically, these are some of the ways you can use to increase your inflows as an organization. So now let's jump and look at ways you can slow down the payments. One of the ways you can slow down your payment is it's through centralized payable. You centralize your payables, so you are able to track and know what are we paying. Are we paying invoices that are due? We pay on the due date, not before the due date. Then the payments are centralized. They are paid from one central place. So you're able to track and know what is clearing in your account. We can also have like a centralized disbursement for your disbursements. Let's say, for example, you pay salaries. You centralize them into one account. So you're able to track the balances in this account. So you centralize all your payments. You centralize your payables, and also you centralize all your other payments. That way you're able to track and know what is going out and what is the balances in this account. Another way of slowing down payment should be through the ZBA, the zero-based balance. This is an account that you hold with the bank that at any given time needs to have a zero balance. So you have two accounts with the bank. You have a main account and a zero-based balance account. So at any given time, your zero-based account needs to be zero. All your checks that are clearing will hit the zero-based account. Then at the end of the day, the bank will make sure that your zero-based account is zero. It's money is transferred from the main account to the zero-based account to make sure that you maintain a zero balance in your trading account. Another way you can slow down your payment is payments through checks. You pay your creditors through checks, which you can either mail to them, or maybe you request them to pick them from your office. That way you have a buffer between the time when the client, when your creditors receive these checks and when they clear in the account. Because we know a check takes time to clear. So you have like few days added onto your liquidity. So as an organization, you are more liquid enough. So guys, those are some of the ways that you can increase your liquidity as an organization by increasing the speed at which you're receiving your inflows. Then you slow down the speed at which you're making payments to your creditors, the speed at which you're paying your expenses. So guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. But remember, all in all, the most important thing is you do a cost-benefit analysis of all these different ways. That way you'll be able to make an informed and sound decision of which is the best way, the best route to take as an organization. So thank you for your time, guys. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. And don't forget to hit the button down. Kindly subscribe. If you've learned something new from my channel, kindly subscribe, hit the notification button so that you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for your time, guys. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. Be blessed.